I'm not necessarily gonna lie. People be smoking crack. I'm not necessarily gonna hold you when it comes down to things. Every single time, I feel like there is a YouTuber or a celebrity or somebody else who think they're invincible, top of the world, and all this type of stuff. They're about to get a whole ass rude awakening at some point in time. And that's basically what pretty much happened with Seth the Programmer. Now, obviously, you've probably seen the drama or heard some inkling about it, honestly. Inkling. But when it comes down to things, you might know a little bit about the heinous nonsense that he's been a part of and did. And it's just a really shitty side of this person. Who, by the way, acts like a damn evil villain character, like, I have all your money, I rule all of your souls, you are mine to own, you are bitches for my slaughter, you shall be my morons, and I will take everything you have. Like, what kind of evil villain ass shit is that? I'm not here for this fake ass Frieza ass mother effer. I'm not here for that. Definitely when it comes down to things, it's just not it. But that's the type of freaking basically kind of, you know, mindset this man had. Basically was on some shonen anime villain arc, but then failed to realize that majority of shonen villains usually fail, and that's basically what happened with Seth the Programmer today. Getting exposed for a whole bunch of things I'm not necessarily going to talk about, but very horrible things and things that just sounds very weird, but apparently it's happened, so gross. But anyway, when it comes down to things, when it comes down to basically this entire situation, I just don't understand it. I don't necessarily understand the mindset of where one person would think that they are better than someone else. Let me tell you right now, let me be the first one to tell you, if you never heard it before, you ain't better than me. You ain't better than that N-word across the street. You ain't better than your mama. You ain't better than anybody else that's around you, because we're basically all on the same level. Yes, we might be able to do things that is beyond someone else, or we might be able to be achieving accomplishments and things over another person, but at the end of the day, we are still equally the same. Like, it doesn't necessarily matter. I'm gonna be very honest with you. And too many YouTubers and too many streamers and whatever thinking that they're untouchable and invincible and all this type of stuff, when shit hits the fan, not gonna lie, yo ass gonna be just smelling all of it, and it's gonna be covering all of you. It's not gonna be a good time, honestly. Because you may be an asshole today, but you gonna reap your benefits of all the despair and nonsense and destruction that you probably caused, and it's gonna come back to bite you in one way or another. Don't ever think for a second that just because you may not be dealing with anything bad now, or dealing with anything in the future that's bad, it will hit you with something. Whether it's gonna hit you, it might hit your damn family or something like that. It could hit your kids or whatever because of something that you did. You don't necessarily know. It's the most important reason why you need to be just ready, number one, and number two, be better than what you were back then. When I was listening to some of the audio that Seth apparently had about how he thought about his viewers and all this type of stuff, just calling them, oh, they're some morons, they're just giving me money and all this type of shit. Like, it just like, but why? What did the viewer even did to you to piss you off so bad? And apparently he had like a lot of backstory reasons, like tragic past or whatever, but at the same time, it's like, even that doesn't, you know, excuse you for the nonsense that you pull. Now, I'll say this right now and right here, and you might disagree with me, but that's perfectly fine because it's realistic. You don't have to be a pure-hearted person to become a content creator. You don't even need to be, you know, a good person, a decent person, to be like a influencer or celebrity or anything like that. You don't have to be that pure-hearted person to make content and just go for it, honestly. But what I would say is that you need to be better than what you were back then, yesterday, 10 years ago, however long it takes for you to be better now than you were back then. That's what you need to do. Just aim to be better. There is plenty of secrets, plenty of hidden things about people you may not necessarily know about, and no one really wants to ultimately admit. And that's perfectly fine. You know, we ain't expecting a track record of perfect people around here, because it is perfect. something is clearly wrong here, honestly. Something is very, very wrong here. No human on this planet is designed to be perfect, honestly. But that doesn't necessarily mean you gotta just treat everything and everyone around you like absolute dog shit. No, you just be better than what you were back then, better than what you were yesterday, and just continue on to strive for greatness in the right way. You don't necessarily need to dog on, shit on your entire audience and everything around you and your friends around you and all this type of stuff. And it's just something you just don't need to do, honestly. And what really sucks about this entire thing is that this is just another person that was in the anime field of things to get basically shown that this is not a great guy and just basically made something not so good and just really wasn't the type of person that people really was expecting, and just dog shit on the whole entirety of not just the power scaling community, granted I'm not a part of that, but the anime community as a whole nonetheless. Because now, if people had less of a reason to care about any person that deals with anime or just an anime YouTuber in general, they're gonna be even more against us now, which honestly sucks. And it's probably the reason why you don't see top anime creators really talk about YouTube when it comes to, anime stories and animes and characters and all this type of stuff. This is probably the reason why you don't see them talk about things like that no more, because now they just talk about, I ate this most amount of ramen, or like I bought like $12,000 in cosplay, or something else that really doesn't relate to anime at all. It's ass. It's complete ass. Not just for the viewers, but for especially the smaller channels that are trying to become, good in the anime field, and then just straight up getting dog cracked on, or just basically not even getting a single chance because people like Seth the programmer want to come in and just jack up the entire scene, or anybody else that come up through and just say some things that are absolutely false and then just come through and ruin things, like how Nux did with the Bungo Taiga junk. No matter what type of content creator you are, no matter what type of celebrity influencer or anything like that you are, don't ever think for a second that you're 100% unstoppable and invincible, because there will be, if you have done some nonsense or you are just too vain for your own good, there is a good chance, whether it be the universe, whether it be life itself or God, to come in and basically take you down a page to make you understand what is your actual place on this planet. Because there is a lot of people, not gonna lie, a lot of people that I could easily name that could need to be, honestly, be humbled a bit, if I'm being perfectly honest. And a lot of them do really just take advantage of fans, which honestly really sucks. Because I ain't gonna hold you, when a lot of my people came through and they came in and gave me whatever stuff that, I kind of wanted, and then just been supportive for the entire time, I'm not necessarily gonna lie, I'm still trying to wrap my brain around half of the things, the nice things that they have done for me personally. And it's just like, gosh dang. And especially with us pretty much on the way to hitting 2K, I'm not necessarily gonna lie, I'm just like, what? I don't know what they necessarily see in me. I don't know necessarily what is, why you still here around me. I don't necessarily understand, but I appreciate it 100%. There ain't no possible way I would honestly take, my audience for granted, my co-host for granted, and then just be like, oh, they're just giving me money, they're just giving me hoes and tricks, I effed that guy's wife one time, all that type of energy. That's just not it. That's just not it in the slightest. And it wouldn't even be real to who, personally, what I am here. Yes, I like to cause me some random chaos and talk about some wild shit, but that does not necessarily mean that's something I want to just hone in on and just go in the worst possible way. Absolutely not. I'm grateful for every person that came through and just, honestly watches my stuff, honestly, because your ass don't have to be here. Same thing for people that's on Patreon and, has helped me out regardless of, everything that's happened. Your ass didn't have to help me out. You didn't have to send me money or send me gifts or anything like that. You don't have to do anything like that, but you just do just because you like the type of person who I am. And that's just, honestly, all people should just really strive for. Just be the best type of person you could be, and then let everything else in the universe gravitate toward you for that. And that's honestly what it should just come down to. But you know how people is. So basically, that's all I wanted to say for this one. So hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification on your way out. Also follow me on Twitter. If you'd like to donate to the channel, Patreon is available as well. Until then, it's your boy Jay, signing off. Have a blessed day.